The NF hate needs to stop. What's going on, YouTube? It's Knox. We're back with our breakdown series. So today, man, listen. I've seen the stories running on the internet. What does social media love to do when an artist drops a new album? There's the fans who love it, and then there's those who love to take a dunk on it. And in this case, this is what we're getting on NF's Fear EP. Me personally, I love the vulnerability. I love the more acoustic style. I love the singing. I really feel like he continues to mature and evolve as an artist. But there are those who say otherwise, and hey, I don't think this is the end of Nate. I think this is the closing of a chapter and the beginning of something new. I think we're definitely getting more music from him. But to keep the NF train going and the appreciation of a true artist, I found a track that I have not reacted to yet. So let's dive into this one right now. It's none other than 10 Feet Down.
Yeah, I know the
What in the devil speaking languages is happening here? I need Rosetta Stone. Yeah, it's got just that skipped and chopped quality, that distortion, that it's lyrics being played backwards. I wonder what's being said forwards. But for me, again, notice the simple piano kind of sets the tone, right? You have like this discord combined with this harmony, the harmony of a beautiful piano. That's super wet, super reverbed, right? Very atmospheric piano, just filling the space. But then amidst this harmony, you have this discord over top of this with the vocals. But it's still got a nice sort of rhythm and bounce to it.
Yeah, I know the person in the mirror is not a perfect one. I look at him every day and think he's not enough. My life's a book that I don't really like to open up. I'm 26, but I feel like I live in chapter 1. I skimmed through it, I've been through it, they laugh at us. You think it's funny, yeah, laugh it up. I always felt like no one listened to me, that's how I grew up. Church is where I found God, but it's also where I learned to judge. Yeah, I had to learn there's a difference between.
That's a line and a half. Church is where I found God, but also where I learned to judge.
Found God, but it's also where I learned to judge. Yeah, I had to learn there's a difference between what you want and what you really need. I've always been motivated by comments from people telling me things they think I'll never be, and then I become it. This is my everything. There's so much that goes on in my head that people will never see. You probably be terrified of my memories. Don't lecture me. Let me be, let me see, let me breathe. How they remember me doesn't alter who I am as a person to take my energy. Hard days, cool nights.
Let me be, let me breathe, let me see. Like right there when he just like really compacts that triplet sort of flow. And for me, I'm always curious when a beat starts playing. I always want to know, like I start thinking as an MC, like the flow that I would take and the rhythms I would use. And it's always really interesting just to watch NF's mind work on a track, just in terms of his approach. And he's very good with his syllables. He's very, very good. He's got that crystal clear diction with the delivery. Every word is so well enunciated. And I just love the way how he has just this sense of like holding his meters, holding his schemes, and then switching up the flows. Just always keeping you on your toes and keeping it interesting. I like this misdirection too. Again, typical sort of NF style, right? Harmony of the piano that we talked about. And then you come out of that percussion kicks, and then we just hit the ground running in a different way.
Mirror's not a perfect one. I look at him every day and think he's not enough.
I mean, what a line that is. I know the person in the mirror is not a perfect one. I look at him every day and think he's not enough. I mean, how many of us go through that? Our biggest enemy that we face, our biggest battle, is the one right in front of us in the mirror.
I know the person in the mirror is not a perfect one. I look at him every day and think he's not enough. My life's a book that I don't really like to open up. I'm 26, but I feel like I live in chapter 1. I skip.
Man, I feel that line. I'm 26, but feel like I live in chapter 1. How many of us just feel like the older we get, the less that we progress?
It's a book that I don't really like to open up. I'm 26, but I feel like I live in chapter 1. I skimmed through it, I've been through it, they laugh at us. You think it's funny, yeah, laugh it up. I always felt like no one listened to me, that's how I grew up. Church is where I found God, but it's also where I learned to judge. Yeah, I had to learn there's a difference between what you want and what you really need. I've always been motivated by comments from people telling me things they think I'll never be, and then I become it.
I've always been motivated by comments and people telling me that, like right there, like I just love, it's sort of the measured control, aggressive delivery. Like he had deliver the line, pause, deliver the line, pause. And then right here, he starts to kind of pick it up. And then his bars start to kind of like run from one bar into the next bar, into the next bar. And then you really start to feel the energy build here.
This is my everything. There's so much that goes on in my head that people will never see. You probably be terrified
right here.
of my memories. Don't lecture me. Let me be,
nice.
Let me see, let me breathe. How they remember me doesn't alter who I am as a person to take my energy.
Wow, that whole just like speed through like 6, 7, 8 bars, no breathing right there.
My comments from people telling me things they think I'll never be, and then I'll be coming. This is my everything. There's so much that goes on in my head
Right
that
there.
people will never see. You probably be terrified of my memories. Don't lecture me. Let me be, let me see, let me breathe. How they remember me doesn't alter.
Like I said, it's like he starts to build it, and then here on the back end of this verse, he really just pushes through the gears all the way through. And then he even knows it when he gives you that little, like just like, yeah, I spat that. I let that out of my chest.
I am as a person to take my energy.
Hard days, cool nights, staring down at an empty cup like.
You know what else dope?
Let me be, let me see, let me breathe. How they remember me doesn't alter who I am as a person to take my energy.
Right there, underneath, I can hear that female voice that's been played in reverse. Like they took that from the intro and they've used that. It's really down in the mix, but that's a part of the beat. That's a part of the instrumentation right there.
Hard days, cool nights, staring down at an empty cup like I'ma fill it up. All day, all night.
Staring down at an empty cup, right? You can't fill an empty cup. You know that saying? I feel like that's staring down because you're drinking, you're driving yourself to that, but also like an empty cup because you just feel empty inside because you've constantly just feel burnt out. Love that line. And I wonder if this is what we had played backwards, but this is now playing forwards in the regular way here.
All day, all night, 10 feet down, nearly my whole life. But I'll be rising up.
Yeah, my fans made me who I am, but they also deceive me. I've been alive but live life like I'm already grieving. I'm at a table of lies, but don't eat what they feed me. My hoodie over my face so nobody can see me. I'm on a plane about to fly again. Looking out the window, take a moment to admire it. Wondering how high it is, wonder where the time is when. Then I shut the window and go back to feeling like I'm on my mind again. Yeah, seems like we all trying to climb a ladder. It's crazy what we'll do to climb it faster. It's like we throw away the things in life that really matter just so we can make it to the top and wonder what we even climbing after. I know the feeling of feeling like everything that you deal with will never change. That's part of being a human, yeah. Life's what you make of it, take it, embrace it, and take it and savor it. Ain't about what you did, it's what you became from it, yeah.
Hard days, cool nights.
It ain't about what you did, it's about what you became from it. And I think that's so true. And I think there's so many of us out there who we can get so focused on the grind. We can get so focused on trying to achieve our goals. And like, for instance, as a musician, it's easy to set out for the right purposes. Going, I'm setting out because I want to provide for my family. I want to do something I love. I want to make art. I want to inspire other generations. And then once you get caught up in this web, you get so focused on the art because you dedicate so much to the craft, you start to lose yourself within it. And that's when you can get burned out. And that's when you can feel these things. And yes, I'm speaking from personal experience. And sometimes you can lose the forest from the trees, right? You can lose the true purpose of why you're doing what you're doing because like everything becomes so much about numbers, so much about sustaining, so much about what you're earning and where you're trying to go. And you get so hyper focused on that and those statistics that you don't realize that the whole time that you're grinding and grinding and grinding, you're not taking time to take care of yourself. You're not developing what's here. And then I feel like that's why so many artists, when they get to the top, they've wanted to be at the top their whole lives. They grinded for it. And then once they get up there, they still feel empty because they never took care of themselves. They filled from an empty cup, right? They never took care of their hearts and never truly took care of their minds, right? Because if you're truly happy and secure, it doesn't matter where you are financially. It doesn't matter the level of fame. It doesn't matter those levels of attention. I've always said this, if you have family who loves you and you love them, if you have friendship, if you have those just opportunities to spend time with those people, if you have your health, you can never go wrong with spending your time with those who matter most and investing in kind of creating those memories and also just investing in yourself and really building a strong foundation. Nate giving us just those wisdom lyrics, man. Like for me, it's like diving into philosophy. It's like reading a philosophy book almost, like on someone who's really contemplated life, who's gone through it, through his experiences, and who really thinks deeply about happiness, about the meaning of life, about what truly matters and what's truly valued. And I love that about his lyricism, that he uses his lyricism as a tool and as an instrument, and you can just learn so much and gain so much wisdom just from listening to Nate's verses. This right here is dope when the percussion is like really drowned out in the mix.
Yeah, my fans made
And then it kicks out, and then it hits louder.
who I am, but they also deceive me. I've been alive but live life like I'm already grieving.
And that's a great line right there. My fans also deceive me, right? Fans build us up, but they can also mislead us because it's easy just to get caught. It's not the fans' fault, right? They're gassing us up. They're our fans for a reason. But at the same time, I just love how always humble and balanced Nate tries to stay and tries to maintain.
But I'll be rising up.
Yeah, my fans made me who I am, but they also deceive me.
Great line.
I've been alive but live life like I'm already grieving. I'm at a table of lies, but don't eat what they feed me. My hoodie over my face so nobody can see me. I'm on a plane about to fly again. Looking out the window, take a moment to admire it. Wondering how high it is. Wonder where the time is.
I'm on the plane by the fly again. Looking out the window, wonder how high it is. Then I close it. This for me is a greater metaphor. It's not just him being on a plane. I feel like he's writing this from a plane. But at the same time, it's a metaphor for his rise and his climb in his career in this plane. And great. Oh, look how high I am. Look at my achievements. And then he closes the window because he's got to remind himself of his true mission.
Looking out the window, take a moment to admire it. Wondering how high it is. Wonder where the time is when. Then I shut the window and go back to feeling like I'm on my mind again. Yeah, seems like we all trying to climb a ladder. It's crazy what we'll do to climb it faster. It's like we throw away the things in life that really matter just so
Facts.
we can make it to the top and wonder what we even climbing after. I know the feeling of feeling like everything.
That's just a great setup with the ladder and just like getting caught in that chase and wanting to climb and that goal at the top. But then we forget why we started climbing in the first place once we get to the top, right?
What you deal with will never change. That's part of being a human. Yeah, life's what you make of it. Take it, embrace it, and take it and savor it. Ain't about what.
Life's what you make of it, take it, embrace it, and savor it. Right there when he just condenses the rhyme scheme. But again, like I talked about in that first verse, as he starts to get to the end of this verse, that's when he really just starts to accelerate through the gears and really just run bar into bar into bar and just like speed through it with less breathing.
You did is what you became from it. Yeah.
Hot days, cool nights, staring down at an empty cup like I'ma fill it up. All day, all night.
A little bit of Nate harmony right there in the back.
10 feet down nearly my whole life. But I'll be rising up.
Ah! They just played it in reverse right there and it was right there in time. This is it. Played in reverse. Nice. Clever.
The good life doesn't seem so bad. The good life doesn't seem so sad. Yeah, we all want what we never had. Hard days, cool nights, staring down at an empty cup like.
Obviously, this sounds like it's been pitched up a little bit, but what's also interesting is those lines right there, it feels like it's just been sped up a little bit in time as well, just to kind of achieve that. It's almost like ethereal, just the way that all this feels. So atmospheric, man, so moody.
We all want what we never had. Hard days, cool nights, staring down at an empty cup like I'ma fill it up. All day, all night, 10 feet down, nearly my whole life. But I'll be rising up.
It's amazing because you have these beautiful orchestral strings and sounds I've talked about in piano, right? And everything's just like rising one way. But underneath, kind of like with Nate's rap flow, like these drums are really driving. Like they're really just pushing through with their own tempo and their own pacing. And they've really picking it up on the track, just like Nate's delivery kind of picked it up and sped through it. And I just love, again, I always talk about music theory and when you have just these different juxtapositions, like certain sounds and certain things go one way, and then you make sure that another part that you want to highlight takes a different course, just a different feel, a different pace, and you just have those mesh together and kind of blend, and you notice a difference, but at the same time, they come together and harmonize.
We all want what we never had. The good life doesn't seem so bad. The good life doesn't seem so sad. Yeah, we all want what we never had. Hard days, cool nights, staring down at an empty cup like I'ma fill it up. Yeah, I know how me no idea for me.
Yeah. That's a hit right there, man. I can't believe that didn't really hit my radar more. I really enjoyed the mixing on that. But again, for me, there's really a power in the message. And every word always feels carefully crafted from NF. You are Knox certified. Hope you guys liked today's video. Listen, if you're here at the end, obviously join the content. Do me a huge favor, support the channel directly. Subscribe, notifications on. It all helps. It all really goes a long way. Also, if you want to support me in the content I put out, come follow me on Instagram, right? I got more videos, more content on there. I dropped a few NF shorts, but it's a great way to keep up, to be a part of this community. It all helps. It all supports. It goes a really long way. Also, if you like your merch, KnoxMusic.com. We got hats, we got shirts, hoodies, everything you need if you want to rep the brand, if you want to support and get it out there. Again, all links will be down there. All right, everyone, stay safe, stay positive. Take care of this, take care of this. You know, I'll catch you again.
Whoa, sit down, sit down. I'm like, wow, how we do it like that? Like, wow, how we do it like that? Like, wow, how we do it like that? Like, wow, better sit your ass down.